What up? This Terrell from Hall of Fame, Bullies, and D-Line. This is almost a second part to one of the last rants. And someone asked me to sort of go into this, and I just find it funny, and this probably be, I'm pretty sure this will be the last time I ever address this, because I'm starting to see that everybody's going to have their own opinions, and some people can't even talk about the topic in a mature issue, in a mature manner. They just want to talk crazy and whatever, and pretty much it's a debate left alone. But really we're gonna get into the whole thing of, I don't understand how is it that people get mad or attack other people who say that when they look at some of these dogs, they're looking at exactly what they're looking at. I mean, you see a French bulldog right in front of you. No matter which way you cut it, that's a French bulldog. You see it, the puppies come out and their ears are the same. They're almost identical. Sometimes you can't tell which is which, but then you want to get mad and you want to attack other people and you want to curse them out. You want to threaten that you're going to do something or whatever because they're stating the true fact. It's obviously that somewhere, it might not be in the first generation or the second generation, but whatever at this point, the French bulldog gene has gotten concentrated. And that's what's being produced, a well-muscled French bulldog. So I don't understand what all the anger is. You know, are your eyes lying to you also? No one's hating. They're just saying exactly what it is they see. And the funniest part is, you know, I hear people say, "Oh, that's disrespectful. Oh, that's disrespectful." Well, you know, is it disrespectful to the people who put in years of work to make American bullies the way they used to look, and they're trying to maintain that culture and that look and that whole thing, you know, whichever way you want to put it, you know, but trying to maintain the American bully standard, really, as to what it was really known as a, you know, a more correct dog, a more pit bullish, muscle type dog. It's not even a debate if the dogs are mixed or whatever. That's neither here nor there. Once a standard is made, once the dog is created, you can't keep on adding. You can't throw a damn Rottweiler into a Doberman and say that it's cool again because the Rottweiler was used to make the Doberman. Once the dog is set, you can't just decide to change it however you want to, and then you definitely can't be mad when people point out the true facts. If a dog comes out looking exactly like a bulldog, it's a bulldog. I respect a couple guys. I seen a guy today that put it up that he was breeding a bulldog to a bully. This is what he was breeding. It's not going to be any papers, but if you like that style, this is what I got. Come get it. I'm not hanging any papers. That's respectable. All this other stuff about you people saying that these dogs aren't bulldogs and this and whatever, it's a money game. All you care about is trying to make a quick buck, and I'm not even going to cut any corners on it. You know, we see certain individuals brag about buying houses. We see other individuals talk about their cars and going to the bank and this, that, and the other. And I mean, that's fine. If that's what you're in it for, cool. But don't disrespect what other people work for and is trying to build in a positive manner and actually have something that means something with a real breed, which the American bully is, a real breed. And all the bulldog talk is neither here nor there. You know, one of my best friends, Bobby, he loves the bulldog aspect of it, but the truth of the matter is once a breed is established, it doesn't matter what Dave Wilson did, it doesn't matter what Rich did, it doesn't matter what anybody did. Once there's an established look and an established standard and we know what we're looking for, which it has been for over a decade now, nobody has the right to just go and randomly start changing stuff. That's why the American bully and the bully community is in the situation of total disrespect that we're in right now, because nobody respects any rules. Everybody just does what they want, and then it expects to be respected for it. I've seen dogs that almost pass out in air-conditioned rooms for shows. If you think that's a good trait, then you're just a damn idiot. You know, I've seen dogs that can barely walk and their owners trying to drag them into a show ring. That's self-explanatory in its own. I've seen dogs that can barely hold food in their mouth because their bites are so bad. They still want to show those dogs. And we're not even going to mention the dogs of late that the elbows are all the way out here somewhere, and you think that that's a good look, and you think that the dog is comfortable in that situation. And if you find somebody that's willing to buy it, you're willing to promote it. I mean, I'm getting tired of people telling me that they care so much about the dogs, but they're doing nothing to actually preserve the dog itself. Most of you guys run around here and you talk crazy and you flat out lie. That's not a French Bulldog. Man, get the hell out of here. We see it's a French Bulldog. You know it's a French Bulldog. It's throwing French Bulldog traits. Sometimes it's throwing French Bulldog puppies, and that's fine. But you can create your own registry and go along with it. You don't have to attack people and try to belittle people who are actually on the right track as far as promoting healthy dogs and promoting trying to establish something that makes this dog more of a pure breed. And when I say pure breed, I'm not saying that nothing's mixed into it, but you know, there are plenty of 99% of the dogs that are registered in the AKC and the UKC are mixed with other dogs. But once the standard is set and people start following it and we have one established standard, that's what makes the dog a pure breed. You know, you can't keep on throwing all this stuff around and making people believe you can breed anything into these dogs, and as long as it comes out bully and it looks hot, that's a good American bully, because really all you're making is mutts. You haven't established anything. You haven't established a standard for the dog. You're trying to say that the dog is something that it's not, instead of at least being real about it. And then you want to attack the people who are trying to uphold the integrity of the breed, period. You know, it's fine in any way you want to do it, but just do you. Don't get upset when somebody says that they would prefer to not see your dog with his high ass rear end and wobbling through the ring. Don't get mad, because they're actually correct. Nobody wants to see that shit. No, don't be mad if somebody says your dog's elbows look like they're about to explode because they're pointed outwards. That any reasonable dog person, any reasonable veterinarian that knows this thing is going to tell you some of the stuff that y'all breeding is basically animal cruelty. In Europe and in other countries, those dogs would have been put down immediately just to maintain a positive level in the breed. So pretty much to all new and young breeders, you know, getting to the real point and the topic of this rant, do your research and start truly understanding. I seen a guy the other day that pretty much wanted to sell his whole yard because he felt like that he had been gypped and conned in this game and thinking that he had something going on, and finding out that everything that he was talking about doing and everything that he thought he was doing was the wrong way. You know, and that's what I tell you guys. Study what you're doing. Understand, first and foremost, understand dogs and showing dogs in general. Then study into the history and the pedigrees of these dogs. Look back to the older American bullies. Look to the standards of the registries, and I'm not naming just one registry. Look into all of them, because if you look at the standard of all of these registries, they give you pretty much just about the same structural standard and what the dog should look like. You know, some people don't honor their standard and allow anything to be championed, but you look at the standard and don't look at what's in the ring. And if you're putting your time and energy into this thing, you'll be rewarded in the long run if that's what you want to do. If you want to make band dogs and stuff like that, just don't expect for the newer registries especially, and most people in general, to accept your dog as an American bully, or to not have those questions about why does your dog look like this or why does your dog look like that. You know, it's fine that you breed that stuff, but understand the wall you're up against, and that what you're doing is pretty much not an acceptable thing. And hopefully very soon it'll be a registry that does allow you to do your thing that way. But don't be tricked and conned by these guys who are trying to sell you something, because at the end of the day they will tell you, yeah, if you get these two puppies, you can put them together and you're going to be getting $5,000 a puppy and $30,000, $40,000 a litter, $5,000 a stud. But at the end of the day, the only one that's getting paid is those guys. You know, I see so many of these puppies out here right now that offer certain dogs that everybody thinks, oh yeah, and they pounding their chest, I got this dog, I got that dog. But then you see them 5, 6, 7 weeks later and they're like, okay, I'll give you my puppy for, you know, $1,000 and a puppy back. But it was just $5,000 guaranteed. You know, the game's not what you think it is. It's a hard game. It's not anything easy, and that'll probably lead me into the next rant. But it's not quick cash. It's a lot of hard work that goes into it, and really it needs to be a lot of studying that goes into knowing what you're doing, and stop just jumping into the game and buying 2 dogs and saying that you're a breeder. Everybody doesn't have to be a breeder. Everybody doesn't have the time to be a breeder. Everybody doesn't have the knowledge to be a breeder. We need some good pet owners, and there's nothing wrong with going down to the Humane Society and just picking you up a good dog from there and being a good pet owner. You know, all these dreams of getting rich doing this, pretty much it's just that, dreams. How many dog guys do you see riding Rolls Royces because of the dogs? You know, well, I'm out on this one. Catch you next time. Peace.